Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Laundry Percent Challenge Run, the live stream series where we're trying to beat Trails of Cold Steel 1's Nightmare Mode without ever changing our starting gear. And if you want to watch these challenge runs in your own time, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and boop that bell button to stay notified. Now, when we last left off, we got absolutely destroyed by a mech fight that seemed to come out of nowhere, and apparently with that mech fight, I actually did have to look some things up because I was curious if there was anything we could do to better address that, since supposedly that's actually the last fight in the game. Now, as for what we can do, because the thing about that mech fight is we can't like use S-crafts or anything like that. We can only use what's available in the mech, and it also requires us to, the mech stats apparently are based off of Rean stats. So if we have a look-see at Rean, let's have the stats at the moment. Hello, Copper Nicholson. Hello, Drakor. Thank you both so much for dropping by. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. And what I found out about that mech fight is a couple of things. One is that the mech stats, of course, scale with Rean stats. But it's not like Master... I'm not sure if Master Quartz has any major effects beyond, like, base stats. However, one thing I did find out, supposedly, is that Rean's HP stat actually directly influences the HP that the mech has. So, with that in mind, I think it would be prudent to find the, we need to find just an item that gives us the maximum amount of HP possible, I think. And I think it's pretty good. That'll give us a nice balance of strength as well. Yeah. So that'll be the first order of business, is just giving Rean the maximum amount of HP that we can. Honestly, that might not be bad, considering that it gives us the most strength and HP. Although we want to go for something more balanced. Oh, actually, no, I take it back. Falco would be probably good. Okay. Okay, fair enough, Copper Nicholson. So, we'll give Rean Falco to give him a lot of HP, hopefully. And then we'll equip every single item that we have to increase HP. So, if we got even just something that'll get the tiniest amount of HP, we're equipping it. Hey, chat. Let's see, does that give HP? Not that I can see. Alright. In that case, we'll do that. And as I'm working on this, I see you had an interesting day, Copper Nicholson. How about you, Drakor? How was your day? Oh, a cheerleader. Who would that be? Also give Rean some more strength, because that's probably going to help. Okay. So now for items that just increase HP. That increases HP. Anything else? That increases HP. Well, we can't increase HP 2, but we could just do an HP 1. Just get that up there. Okay, fair enough, Drakor. Ooh, playing stuff on your menus. That's awesome, Drakor. Best of luck with that. Oh, but before we continue this preparation, I do need to read a message to Toa. Read a message to him. You can do it, Rean. Beat Crow Bronwyn and save Atlas from the Grim. I'll have a hot bath and a warm dinner ready for when my perfect handsome sword fighter husband gets home. My parents are on vacation, so we can stay up all night doing what kids our age do best. Stay up all night watching MCU movies. After that, we can play a few rounds of Call of Duty on my Xbox until we pass out at 5 a.m. Then we can have to eat a big egg breakfast for the big trip. That's right, sweetie. I'm coming with you to Dark Souls. What? Oh, that's funny. I should probably mention, so if tonight's stream gets finished early, as there is a reasonable chance of that happening, we'll start up the Dark Souls challenge run that was voted on by the community. And at the very least, we would create the character. Probably won't get too far into the game, just the intent would be to create the characters, and that could actually take a while, depending on how picky we are with the appearance and ideas. But besides that, let's go with... Alright, I think... Yeah, just an attack 3. That was pretty dead, I'll give it that. So what we need is just everything that increases HP. So if it increases HP, we want it. Oh, those look pretty good. Cross Crusade Plus. Anything else? Looking. Okay. So it seemed like those pluses in the gold category had a lot of HP. So, Cross Crusade Plus. Fair enough, Copper Nicholson, fair enough. We'll go with, Dark Matter Plus. And last but certainly not least, anything else we can do? Anything at all? I think a buff to attack, not attack, yeah, to strength that can't hurt either. And there we go, chat. That's how Rean got over 12,000 HP. Now, I don't know if there's anything else that would increase HP even more. I'll check. Honestly, don't know. Because there's no HP 3 seemingly. Okay. Nope, that's the best we're gonna get. Okay. Now, hold on a second, Grekor, hold on. I know we're all excited to try and beat Crow, but I really want to give it our best shot. And I also, when I was looking things up, apparently, if Rean's level 70, or higher, he actually gets a couple extra items and stuff when transferring data over into Trails of Cold Steel 2. And we're pretty close to level 69 anyway, so... I mean, this series has had a lot of grinding, but what's one more time? One last grinding session. And I also found out that there's apparently an extremely efficient way to grind if one goes to floor 6 of the old schoolhouse. So that's where we'll be heading. Because I know, Schwarzer. And we will move Rean into the main party just so that we can, again, make sure we're maxing out his stuff. I'm going to give Rean the Megalith Master Quartz, again, just to be safe. We want to make sure that's we're getting the maximum HP. And what I've been told is where is it? The Force Master Quartz restores the CP when HP is... Yeah. So apparently the Force Master Quartz, if used correctly against a foe with... Well, against some enemies on floor 6, it's actually possible to get 100 CP back with every single use of an S-Craft. So we'll try that. If that doesn't work, of course, we can just throw Megalith on Millium and we'll be good. But, that's where we're at, chat. One last venture into the old schoolhouse. One last section of grinding. Okay. Yeah, fair enough, Director, fair enough. That's interesting for sure.
Onward!
So, apparently the spot of interest is, yeah, here.
I can do this.
It's here because between there and Area 2, there's those skull enemies that have massive amounts of foes in one go.
Now's our chance! Let's smash
Okay,
it!
so we just smash.
Come on!
Whoa, chat, did you see that? With one hit, we got back over 100 CP. Alright, there we go. That's, I think this will be the efficient way to grind, yeah. So they say that, like, this is the spot. We go here. Exactly, don't mess with us.
Still not done? Oh, pain.
And basically, we just go back and forth between there, and I think the enemy's over there.
Looks like a good spot.
No. Somewhere over here is a skull enemy that we want to go back and forth with. There.
Advantage is ours. I'll handle it.
Ilium smash.
Don't mess with us!
This is hilarious, chat. It's literally just Ilium's just the instant death button. And we don't even have to wait for Megalith to recharge either. That's the great thing about this strategy. I can see why this was the recommended way to grind, because, you know, at certain points, there's just diminishing returns. But like this, it's literally just a win button. And we're going based off of volume.
This looks like a nice spot.
Rean's going to be saying that all night. Gosh darn it, Rean.
Now's our chance. Let's get it.
Don't mess with us!
Yeah, look at this, chat. Look at this. This is great. I mean, we're kind of... Also, we're getting a Moss and out of that speed. That's what matters.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Stop saying that, Rean! We're not going fishing.
Now's our chance. My turn.
Yeah, I know, right. Party in the middle of a dungeon full of deadly enemies. Rean, oh, this looks like the perfect spot for fishing. You're saying to tell Rean he'd go to Lord Dran because they think Ereboni has gotten too crazy? Compernickel said, you have no idea how decrepit Lord Dran is by the time Dark Souls starts. So,
It's my turn.
I don't think that really makes any sense. Yeah, Compernickel said, when you say Lord Dran, I don't think you'll be thinking that so much. I don't get me wrong, Ereboni has its problems, but at least it still has some sense of civilization. In Lord Dran, civilization's gone. Like, it's completely gone. But you'll see.
Now's our chance. Let's get
It's
it.
my turn.
This looks like a nice spot.
Yep, exactly, Redcore.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him. I'm awesome.
Okay, Meliam, alright. Let's go! Let me get more stats so we can beat that robot just a little bit faster.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
I feel like Rean's done.
Fire!
Poor
Now's our
Rean.
chance. I'll handle it.
I did it.
Alrighty, there we go. Rean's reached level 69 and has well over 12,000 HP. So from what I tried to do some math by rewatching the stream archive, and I calculated that I think the multiplier for the HP in the mech versus the HP that Rean has is 7.8.
Now's our chance. Let's get him.
Which means that if Rean were to, say, have 10,000 HP, the mech should have 78,000 HP, or something like that. Yes we do, Drekor. Though I'm thinking for this stream, just because we know that robot's the last time we have to battle, we have these Zerum capsules, which just instantly heal all CP. So I'm thinking what we do is we actually give Mobius to Gaius, and then have Gaius use these, and then just basically speedrun that fight. Since we'd have 4 super strong S-Crafts ready to go, bam, 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 bam. Mobius used the Zerum capsule, bam, 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 so on and so forth.
Advantage is ours. Okay.
That's my thought anyway.
This looks like a nice spot.
Fire! Now's our chance.
Now is not the time for fishing. Yeah, that was last stream, Rean.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Rean! I know, right? Last stream was the perfect time for fishing.
Now's a chance. Let's get him.
Oh, Rean. Oh well.
You didn't stand a chance!
Oh, force level 4. Nice. More strength. More CP. Yeah. Now, as for my, I said I would talk about this, so as for my opinions on the mech fight, I'm actually not opposed to the idea of doing something with a different set of gameplay mechanics for the final boss versus regular stuff. And you might say, why, Antomicx? Wouldn't that, like, completely throw off everything you've learned up to that point? Well, it depends how it's executed. The reason I say that is I remember that a lot of the Sonic the Hedgehog games do a similar sort of thing. Not with mechs per se, but more so the whole idea of, like, the supersonic fight. So, for those who don't know,
My turn.
in a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog games, especially some of the older games, typically what would happen for the final boss is you would have a final boss that tests your knowledge of the gameplay mechanics up to that point. And then, if you had collected all the 7 Chaos Emeralds, you would go into a supersonic fight, which has completely different gameplay mechanics compared to the rest of the game.
This looks like a nice spot.
So, but the supersonic fights I always remember being a lot of fun because they're meant to be a reasonable challenge, but they're also meant to be sort of like a kind of a victory lap for the player at that point. You've become super powerful, it's shown mastery of the game, and now it's time to really go ham against the last threat in a super form.
Don't mess with us!
So, in my view, that seems to be what they were going for here with the mech fight. Because, again, there's a lot of grandeur to the fight and build-up. And the mech is effectively Rean's super form. Even more than his actual super form. What if instead of fighting Mel, Saki has to fight Mel Bade? I would say that would be a complete waste of time because Bade only does fishing. Ooh. Nice. Enemies less likely to notice you. I don't know if that helps us, but we get a higher XP earn rate, which is something I think. Do we? Wait. Hold on. Yes we did. That's good. More XP is a good thing. But yeah, Bade the Cat just kind of exists.
This looks like a nice
Never really
spot.
been used to much of an interesting effect. Doesn't really have much of a character motive. Yeah, no, as if it weren't easy.
Let's go, Lemmy!
But, yeah, as I was saying, I think the idea of, like, having, like, a super final boss where, like, the player gets to become really powerful and there's different gameplay mechanics, that can work if executed properly.
This
And
looks like a nice
what I
spot.
think being executed properly is still being a reasonable challenge, because it's the final boss. But at the same time, you also have to feel like you're in control and you can have an effect on what happens.
Now's a chance. Let's get him.
My turn.
And I think that is where the mech fight kind of falls short. So, whereas a supersonic fight tends to have a lot of elements that are well within the player's control and, like, learnable attack patterns and gameplay mechanics, in the mech fight, there's no indication as to how to affect the mech stats beforehand. You also don't get to use some of the mechanics that's oh, sorry, I should back up. You also have to do a lot of guessing within the mech fight. Like, I can't fathom
Let's finish him.
why they basically make you randomly guess which parts of the mech to attack in order to deal a decent amount of damage. Because that just comes down to trial and error. And on top of that, the fact that the skills also have just, again, elements of randomness to them. Like, even the super skill, like the counter skill, that's just a 50% chance every time you use it. Which, again, that's not rewarding skill, that just comes down to luck. And especially on the hardest difficulty, where like the enemies, like the boss itself has significantly more health than the player, even accounting for healing, and you deal significantly less damage. It just becomes like once you figure out the optimal way to attack and which things to use, it just comes down to luck at that point. And to me, that doesn't feel quite as satisfying as if there was a bit more strategy involved, or like there was a way to circumnavigate the challenge by playing your cards right. Exactly, Raptor. So, unlike a Super Sonic fight, which has some element of skill to learning it, with the Met fight, it's just once you know what to do, even then it's a coin toss. So, that's kind of my 2 cents. I feel like the Met fight in the future would have a lot of promise, but just the way it was executed here, it could have been better.
Now's the chance. Let's get him.
RNG stands for Random Number Generator, Copper Nicholson. It means like when something is not within direct control of the player, it's just completely random. Think of it like a slot machine. You have no control over where the slots stop. You only control the fact that you decide to play. How close are we to leveling up? Oh, we still have a fair amount of ways to go. I can't think of any other way to earn more XP, though. We're kind of at our limit here.
Let's get him.
Like, we have the maximum at speed gain rate, I think,
like a
we
good
have
spot.
at this point.
Now's our chance.
And my guess is chat, is that I'm going to assume the Met fight was originally intended to just be that last hurrah, and perhaps in normal difficulty it would just be that, just like a sort of victory lap. But in Nightmare mode, it suddenly becomes like a gatekeeper to the end of the game for something that you did not train for the entire game, which makes no sense. Like, if something has to be at, like, the gatekeeper to ending the game, it really should be something that you should have learned and mastered by this point, not something that's outside your control. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole matter.
This looks like a nice spot.
Now's our chance.
Ooh, Murakamo maxed out. 20% chance for crit, 100% accuracy. Increases damage dealt by criticals? What? Laura, too strong. Laura, too strong. I don't know, Copper Nicholson. It depends whether or not we can. It depends how quickly or slowly we defeat the final boss. How long the cutscenes go. But but hopefully, in an ideal world, we would at least make the character in Dark Souls. Is that the Rector? Since that's the thing, it's like, character creators, it's like I know in a game like Dark Souls, you can end up in a situation where you barely ever see your character's face, and things like that, but at the same time, you still try to mold it into something you're proud of, because, it's your character. I mean, I remember, like, Code Vein's character creator, I was there for, I think, a solid 40 minutes trying to customize the characters, because there were so many good options. Now, granted, Dark Souls' his character creator isn't as, we'll say, involved as Code Vein's is, but it still has a lot of flexibility to it, especially for a game of its time.
Now's the chance. Let's get him.
Yep, I have played Code Vein, Drekor, though I never actually finished it.
Yeah, you didn't stand a chance.
But again, another fantastic game. I can attest for that. So, at least from what I've seen so far, Code Vein's level design doesn't hold a candle to Dark Souls 1's level design, but I enjoy it more than the likes of Dark Souls 3 to some extent.
Now's our chance.
I say to some extent because Dark Souls 3, as linear as the level design is, at least there are some dungeons that are actually really well designed and have a lot of interconnected to them. I think of like the Cathedral of the Deep, or I think it's called the Grand Archives or something like that. Those places, there's actually a lot of cool things to do there. and a lot of interconnectedness with the verticality and such. But actually, Gregor, you can solo Code Vein, but it's actually super hard. That's why I've never beaten it. But I also think like soloing it makes it a very, very interesting challenge.
Now's our chance.
Because the bosses were clearly designed with the intent to have NPCs fight alongside you, so doing it solo suddenly turns the difficulty up to 11. Which is pretty cool. Oh, I think it's still pretty fun, Copper Nicholson. Like, you'll probably get to see it later this stream.
This looks like a nice spot.
Yep. I do appreciate that. I think Dark Souls 1 has like a color slider or something like that for different aspects of its customization. So there is actually a lot of creativity you can do with that.
This looks like a nice spot.
Exactly, Gregor. Like, but at the same time, I think it's cool that you can get to that point. Because not all games would let you go that deep with the aesthetic customization of your character. Oh, well, Copper Nicholson, the thing about Dark Souls is, because it's an action RPG, it literally does not matter what you start as, because you can always grind to get stronger, or just practice a bit more. So, literally, the only reason you pick classes at all in the starting, at the start of Dark Souls is either just base stats for, like, the super early game, or possibly just what weapon you decide you want to use. And that's about it.
Now's a chance. Let's get him.
Fair enough, Drekor.
Yeah, you don't stand a chance.
So Drekor, so Copper Nicholson, you can pick any gender, any ethnicity, for Dark Souls 1. It does not matter. But you have to remember that it is an action RPG, not a role-playing game. So keep that in mind.
Spot.
It's meant to be, the game's focused entirely on dungeon exploring and enemy combat.
Now's a chance. Let's get him.
Okay.
Am I being dumb? Right, that's correct. There we go. Exactly, that's the point. Like, it literally does not matter which class you start as, unless you, like, need a specific item for the early game. And you might be saying, well, Antomicx, what class are you going to pick to start out with? I'm probably going to go with the classic Thief plus the Thief starting class, and picking the gift of the Black Firebomb. And the reason for that is the Thief starting class gets the Master Key by default, which is very useful. And the Black Firebomb would be a way for us to knock out one of the more challenging weapon categories in the challenge run almost immediately. We're going to try, Drekor. I might try to defeat the Asylum Demon Fist only, but that takes a very long time. So my thought would be maybe give the Asylum Demon Fist only at least an attempt.
Success.
And if I fail spectacularly at that, then of course we can do, of course, the speedrunning strat with the firebombs to defeat the Asylum Demon, and thus and save fists for probably, and save unarmed combat probably for the Bed of Chaos.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
No, the thing about Ceaseless, Drekor, is you have to be able to do at least a fair amount of damage when Ceaseless goes for his attack. So Fist only would not do. Would not work there. No, that's the thing. The cheese strats, Drekor, require you to actually break its guard when it hits.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish.
I know about the Ceaseless discharge cheese strat, but it involves actually hitting it so that it doesn't jump back. Well, Drekor, you're forgetting one crucial part about that. When it jumps down, you actually have to attack it and deal a decent amount of damage. And if you don't, it'll just jump back and it won't die. Oh, is it just physically hit at 6 times as opposed to dealing a certain amount of damage?
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Okay. Well, that's that.
And the other thing to consider is how do we get Ceaseless's attention without taking the item at the end, because... Well, you don't have to deplete its health bar, but I do think you have to attack its hand, you know, its, I guess, hand a couple of times. Or else it won't
This
work.
looks like a nice spot.
The other thing is, if you don't get it, like, first try after taking the item, if you want to do the cheese strat again, you actually have to run all the way back to the end and then back to the beginning, which is much harder because Ceaseless has that ranged attack that's really hard to dodge.
Okay.
That's really frustrating to deal with. I know, Gregor, I know that's the strat. I'm saying if you mess up the strat, trying to pull it off after taking that item is a bit more challenging, because then you have to run back to where the item was, wait for Ceaseless to get over there, and then you have to run all the way back, which is scarier. So,
Ooh, this looks like a good
it's
spot.
kind of like if you're going to go for the strat, I'd prefer to just get Ceaseless's attention without stealing the items. Whereas Bed of Chaos, pretty sure we can use Bed of Chaos to be as like a buffer for an item that just has very, very, very low DPS. Or is very difficult to use. And that's the ironic thing here, is that probably most of the weapon lock challenge run is going to be actively avoiding some of the easier side bosses for the purposes of using different harder items on them later. So we might end up exploring Dark Souls in a very roundabout and unusual way, but oh, that should be cool. But then it means when we get to the really tough fights, we actually have to use a wide variety of interesting weapons. Actually, Rector, I was thinking for Butterfly, probably the Drake bows. Simply because the Great Bows just draw so slowly and they're so expensive. At least with the Moonlight Butterfly, that fight was designed for a ranged weapon build. But it also means we won't be able to do the Butterfly until we go to Anor Londo, ironically. Because that's where the first Great Bow is.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
But at the same time, I'm also kind of hesitant to use the, like the grenades for the Asylum Demon, just because there's actually a good way to cheese the what's that battle called? To cheese the Capra Demon with using Dun Pies, and I think the Dun Pies would be classified as a grenade in this case, since you kind of throw it in the same way. It's just more like a poison thing.
This looks like a nice spot.
So that kind of makes me hesitant to actually do the speedrun strat against the Asylum Demon.
Advantage is ours. Let's finish him.
Yeah, I know in my case the categories I'm most concerned about are definitely the unarms, for sure. Shields, that's another, you know, that'll be a big one. Great bows.
Ooh, this looks
and
like a good spot.
Yeah, those are the main areas of concern, I think. I think with all the other weapons, with some, you know, practice, it could be doable. Even like fist weapons.
Now's our chance. Let's
You
get
know, the Caestus can be pretty solid if you upgrade it a bit.
Don't mess with us!
But like for the shields, I mean, for the shields, there's pretty much, we're going to want to get a wheel shield if we want to do a shield against the boss fight. And in order to get the wheel shield, it's only a random drop from those wheel skeletons, which means we'll probably want to get the golden serpent ring before we actually try to get the wheel shield. And the golden serpent ring can only be gotten in Sense Fortress.
Don't mess with us!
Come on, Rean, you're so close! I can feel it, Rean.
Ooh, this looks like a good spot.
Now's our chance! Let's smash him! Yeah, you didn't stand it!
I did it!
Let's go! Rean leveled up. Level 70 Rean, let's go! It's about time. I'd say no, Grektor. I know it's theoretically possible to just let an NPC defeat a boss, but that's very, very unlikely. And I'll be trying to avoid using NPCs as much as possible, personally. Just because I enjoy I more enjoy doing battles myself. Exactly, Grekor, exactly. Alright. Well, chat, now that we've geared up, it's time to prepare for the final battle.
I've got this!
I'll handle it.
Fair enough, Grekor, fair enough. Alright. Time to get our final party in order. So, first things first. Actually, I wonder, do we want to keep Rean with Megalith? Because... Actually, what's Rean's strength? I think we'll be okay. So, the reason we would keep Megalith is it actually gives Rean the most amount of HP right now. We do not currently have... Well, actually, maybe Emblem would give more HP if it were higher, but we don't, you know, it's not maxed out yet. So I think the strat will be to keep Megalith on Rean. We're actually going to give Mobius to Gaius. We also need to actually put Gaius in the party. Actually, can we change party? How do we change party? Or am I just being dumb? Because we can change the order, but I'm just trying to figure out how we actually change who's in the party, because we need Gaius. Oh, actually, maybe this is... here we go, that's it. Okay. So we need Laura, and Millium, and Fee, and Gaius. And just for funsies, let's bring along Machias and Eustace just for the power couple. Alyssa's like, wait, what's behind the Goddess of Time? Rean! Come on! It's the last battle! Don't you want me to come along? And Rean's like, no. Anyway. Let's organize the party here a bit. Alright, so now to do our tactics. We need to give Gaius the Mobius Master Force. Just everything that increases attack. So if we have attack 3, we're giving it to... Yeah. Attack 3. Literally anything that increases attack, we're going to... Blade Breaker... Okay, so... What's up there? Yeah, it's having Ultimate Fight, Destiny, and RNG. Exactly, Grektor. That's what's coming up. We'll do our best. Okay, attack 1 might be decent. Alright. There we go. Matt's attack builds all around. Just trying to give Million Megalith briefly. Just so she can recharge her CP. Alright. That's of course. Now, I don't know, this is all just a game of strength at this point, so we want to make sure that's the case. I think Katsei might be good. Oh no, Cypher would be great. So Cypher, Murkamo, Mobius, and Juggler. Yeah. Exactly, Copper Nicholson. It's one of those games that you have to play to understand. Anyway, I think this will be the strat chat, so Gaius will be our guy to cast things. And everyone else will just go. Alrighty. Well, chat.
I'll handle it.
Well, it's been a fun challenge run. But as I say, all good things must come to an end. Let's make sure that mech fight doesn't stand in our way any longer. What are you saying, Thomas? I couldn't have said it better myself, Pete. What say you, Celine? What? Celine doesn't seem all too happy about all the sides of it. We have no idea what can happen once we're out there, so we should make sure we're ready for anything. Alright, no, Celine's just angry. Celine knows what's up. Alright, so I am going to skip ahead since we did see this cutscene, all these cutscenes last stream. So, preparing for maximum turbo. Get back to the battle. Oh, right. That's one second, I have a reading message is Million. And now, in the honor of the last time Antomicx will be a member of Class 7, and that's not true, Copper Nicholson. We're very likely to, at some point in the future, go into Trails of Cold Steel 2, at some point. But, I'll continue. I shall drive him insane by forcing him to recite Klingon opera. Now that he is insane, I'd like to thank everyone for being such a fun and it's my epic Millie pranks. It made this game so much fun. Have fun getting married to Toa. Enjoy your honeymoon in Dark Souls. Alright. Hello, Spudkip. Thank you so much for... how's it going? Yep, exactly. Well, that's why I said there's 3 other games in the series, and I already love this game, so you better believe that at some point in the future there will most likely be a Laundry Percent 2 in the sequel. But that I don't want to do these games in succession just because I get burned out. But at some point we'll most likely return. Now with that, it's time. Leave the academy. Now, is there any way to hyper turbo through this? Because we've already seen all this stuff.
That's good.
I love the scene,
here when you come back.
but we saw this last stream. It's so cute.
They'll be all right out there. All we can do now is believe in them.
Yeah.
Alright, and now for the abridged version.
Damn, it's
There.
Oh no, there's some attacks. What's going on?
Oh,
What's this? Our teachers have superpowers? Who would have known? And they're going in. Oh wow, they're having trouble. Maybe we should go help them? Ah, whatever. They'll handle it. I'm sure they'll be fine.
See if
Unleash the mechas!
yeah, looks like. Well,
That'll be no problem. We'll be able to handle them. After all, we're awesome.
Yeah, the enemy.
let's go.
Right. If we allow, I'll be.
And there's Sharon being Sharon. Yeet.
I think.
The crossbell arc. So, you're saying play through Sky and crossbell before you continue? I'm guessing it's like, do they? Is it like they provide different context on these events from like different sides of the war? Is that what the intent is?
I'm right. That's what I think.
And the thing is, like, I mean, I really did enjoy this game. I'm curious though, like how's the quality of the other games in the other series, as well as is there like a challenge run that could be done for those kind, you know, for the other games in the series there? Because if you realize, at least the Trails of Cold Steel, we were able to come up with a rule set that did make it more of a challenge. But I'm curious if those other, you know, game series. Oh dear. I have auto-saved over one of our backup saves. Not to worry, we have another one. Alright.
Just as east, no hostiles.
But I'm sure they've got. Never sees.
But as I was saying, Suckip, so what are the gameplay styles like with Trails in the Sky and Trails of Crossfire? Is it like this? Or is it more action RPG? Or like what is it?
Roger, let's.
If it's a fight they want.
Alrighty, chat. The time has come. La Forte!
Yes, sir! Here goes! Yeah.
Right.
It's my turn.
Alrighty, well, it's a fight they want, it's a fight they'll get. The time has come, chat. Time to speedrun this! First of all, guys, you want to do the honors? With pleasure.
Grant me your strength.
It's been far too long. Okay, fair enough, Split. Fair enough. I love this S-Craft. It was such a welcome surprise in Chapter 3. Oh dear.
My turn.
Well, fortunately, S-Crafts don't necessarily have to skip things.
Right.
Might have forgotten to equip Chrono Burst on Gaius.
My turn.
So that could be a problem.
Yes, sir. My turn.
Okay. Well, I'm realizing that if we don't do something to kill Gaius, bad things will happen. So... Garrett Bomb?
Thank you.
My turn.
Okay. Then we can't use... a Saintly Force to buff,
Leave it to me.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, I did not give Gaius Strober, so that's actually an oversight on my part. What we can do... And then, those Zerum capsules on everyone.
You have my thanks.
That's for you.
And now everyone spams their S-Craft. What? Oh dear. Are you kidding me? No! I refuse. No. We can do this fight. I know we can do this fight. Calamity Hawk. Just need to be smarter about this.
My turn. I'll handle it.
Unfake. What?
My turn.
Gaius! Get off you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Sadness is to be had.
Yes, sir.
Because I forgot to equip Chrono first. Our overarching plots, but ultimately you don't need to play the plot to understand them. Okay, fair enough, Split Tip. Thank you for the advice. You should just be an item.
Thanks. My turn.
Alright, well we're alive, that's what matters. Adamantine shield everyone fee as insurance.
I can.
Okay. Where is it? Where are the capsules? There we are.
You have my six.
Okay. Can't look forte. Might as well use those states we have.
Delicious. My turn.
Yeah, everyone have states.
Delicious. Yeah.
Alright, now we have Adamantine Shield. That should hopefully give us the breathing room we need to... Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Get up.
Thank you.
Of course.
Look, if we just have Gaius live, that's all that matters. Since he can just revive everyone.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Leave it to me.
Okay. They're capsule on everyone.
You have my thing. Yeah.
My turn.
Alrighty.
My turn. My turn.
You're right. But I think we just won. Come on, Laura. Slay this robot. Oh, really? So you're saying this is one of the worst games in terms of story quality in the series? Like, just all the Trail series? Then, well, if that's the case, that's actually pretty impressive. Cool.
How could I have lost?
Thanks, Flutip. I appreciate the perspective, since there seem to be a lot of Trails games. Anyway, we know what happens. We defeat that boss, but then this thing comes in, which we got down to 1 HP last time, but apparently it's an unwinnable fight. Which is a shame.
Let's go, Lemmy.
So...
My turn.
Oh no, a giant robot. Whatever shall we do? What could possibly go wrong? We're just going to move up to it.
My turn.
Very much.
It's my turn.
Guys, what are you doing?
Of course.
You fool, you don't understand. There's nothing we can do.
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to be an unwinnable fight.
Okay.
It's my turn.
My turn.
Okay.
Keep attacking.
My.
There we go.
And think they.
The fifth. Rean.
Hey.
And now, of course, Rean goes Super Rean and gets a persona, kinda.
Dost thou desire the power?
We get the
If
power
thee and I
of
are one
Valinor.
accord, thou hast but to call one in whom dwells the flame.
It looks.
Awakener.
Yeah. Right now. You.
Oh wait, just listen to the talking cat.
It feels.
It worked in Persona 5, so clearly it'll work here.
The Azure Knight!
Here comes our mecha. Okay, fair enough, Flip.
What's happening?
Silly.
What's he? Well. Playtime.
Playtime's over. I know, intensive orchestral music plays massive health as if you're just, you know, Valinor the Ashen Knights, yes. That does sound like a Dark Souls boss, doesn't it? Oh, cool, Flip. That'll be fun.
Rean, is this?
You see above the.
You know, well said, Copper Nicholson. Think of the adorable scene we'll probably have with Toa and Rean at the end of all this. That'll make it worth it. Rean, don't just do this for Trista. Don't just do this for Thor's Military Academy. Don't just do this for the last 7. Do this for her. Do this for Toa.
It's like
The moment, but you and this.
So he's like, less talking, be more fighting, human.
the fit. All right.
Rean.
Is
Huh.
The 8 lethal, but we...
Sounds. Watch out.
Let's...
Alright. Oh dear. Well, we definitely have more HP than last time, but it's not significantly more. We can hope and pray that the levels we gain will hopefully make the damage we take less, possibly due to the level scaling, since these enemies are level 70. Beyond that, though, oh boy. Alright. Well, the other thing we have to consider is the places to attack. I think, yeah, so it's... So this spot is, we have to aim for the body, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's go. Well, that's I think, is that a lot more damage than we did last time, or am I just misremembering because we're fighting, we're not fighting, the Azure Knight right now? Okay, so this is the head. Critical, let's go. That's not unlucky there. Ow. Alright, so this one's the body. But, from what I've been told, it's actually better, apparently, to basically double stack Ping Blanc and just maintain that over time. So, we'll get that started. Okay, I think that one is... Yeah, that's all. That one's the head. Let's go. Well, our damage definitely is much better.
Aren't you feisty? We'll see how long that lasts. Hope you like pain.
Ow. Alright, body. We'll do this and then we'll charge up again, so. We're also said not to rush unless you have it double charged. So, there we go. Okay, I think that's the head. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, but if on Nightmare we have to play perfectly, seemingly. Now that we're charged up, let's go for it. Rush! Come on, Rean! Kamehameha! Yo, there's the damage. Let's go! We didn't even need to heal once! Let's go! That's already much better than last time.
Damn it! It grinds it.
Now we fight the actual final boss. What's that? I hear a crow in the distance.
Whoa.
A blue knight?
Then Valimar wasn't the only Divine Knight that was awoken.
See?
The Azure Knight? So he was an awakener all along.
I mean, at this point, we're so close to the end, it might as well be
I'll
good
bet
seeing
she's
this
the one who guided him to it too.
cutscene again. It's not super long.
Crow. Crow! Are you really in there?
Sure am. Long time no see, Rean.
Well, actually, it's been two
Well,
days?
not too long, I guess, seeing as we just had dinner together last night. But that all feels strangely distant now, you know? Another lifetime almost.
Why? Why are you doing this? Are you really the one who shot the Chancellor? And where did you even get that thing?
It's thanks to
I
the
wouldn't
Imperial
call it
Liberation
that,
Front's
Spud
plan
Kip.
that I wound up at the academy. in
I
the
think of
first
it more
place.
so that Rean feels like Crow was a classmate and a friend. And the fact that it seems like he's going against like the strong bond that Class 7 has
It was
built
a nice
up,
spot to
that's
bide
probably
my
where that
time
comes
while
from.
we waited for our chance to take out the Chancellor. Gotta say, though, the whole school thing was a lot more fun than I expected. Almost makes me sad to leave it behind. But at the end of the day, I'm C. That's the real deal. The Crow Armbrust you've known all this time, he isn't real.
Like hell he isn't! All the good times we had? Your friendship
You're saying that too
with Toa
adorably,
and
Pierre.
Jill? You seriously want me to believe
Fair
that
enough,
all of
Rekor.
that was just a lie? That our hanging out, our field studies, even our concert meant nothing to you?
Pretty much. I'm a bad person, Rean. Can't you take the hint?
I'm...
The concert was great. I agree, Rekor.
yeah. I'm afraid so.
Oh no.
Crow, why are you doing this?
Reinford made that for the Soldats units. I know it's not the kind you're used to, but it's the best you're gonna get right now. So, what do you say we settle things once and for all?
A double saber. Just like C used.
Then there's no room left for doubt. Crow really is C.
I take no joy in this, but we can't have that Ashen Knight of yours getting in the way later
I agree,
down the line.
Rekor. I agree. Rean would totally win this hands down if you had
So
Katana.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to bust it up, along with the Academy. As for you students and the staff, you'll be under our jurisdiction.
So that's the plan if you win. But what about if I win?
If you... hell, we...
You've got yourself a deal. But I hope you know what you just signed up for. Because the Bank of Rean has the highest interest rate on the continent.
Oh yeah,
We'll
my
be trading
apologies,
places.
Rekor. I sipped a little
Don't
bit.
forget
That was
you'll
my
have
bad.
a mountain of work waiting for you back at the academy. So one way or another, you'll be coming back with us, Crow.
Wait, really? Crow rides along with you by default. Interesting. Did not know that.
You've got some real stones. But sure, I'll agree to those terms.
But we took Theo on. It was
This
hilarious.
is bad.
Their will to fight is causing an enormous outpouring of mana.
They're going Super Saiyan!
Alright, let's do this.
Alright. Now the real fight begins, chat. Oh, that is so much better! That's so much better! Previously was awful.
Now! Here goes!
Well, first things first, King Quan, or Queen Dawn. You need that power. Body. Let's go! More damage! Yes! That's true, we're not dead yet, so that counts.
You're finished! That's it!
Alright. So, yeah, arms. Oh, I forgot to save the rush. My bad. Hopefully that doesn't end up being costing the run. Should still deal a ton of damage. Yeah. That was my fault, chat. At least now it would be double charged, which is very good. Okay, we are close to losing, so we need to fix that.
Beat this! That's it! You're finished!
Okay. Go for it, Rean.
Here goes!
Okay. We gotta recharge. Maintain that buff. Go for it, Rean.
Not bad.
Okay, so this one, it's still a body, seemingly. Okay, so we have damage up. I don't have enough bravery points for that. Go for the body. Come on, Rean. You can do it.
That's it.
Ow.
Think you can handle this?
No. I know if we don't heal, we'll lose that, but we're going to lose our strength. Darn it. This is not good. You're right, we should... We really should Morning Moon. Yeah, at this point, we kind of have to Morning Moon. We were right there, chat. Come on.
Bring it on! Darkness!
Morning Moon?
So, what you gonna do? How's this?
Come on, Rean! This is like our last hurrah at this point.
Beat this! Gotcha! Now!
Yeah, we have to Morning Moon. There's... If we try anything else, this isn't gonna work.
Bring it on! Darkness! So, what you gonna do? Gotcha!
Come on, Raid.
Beat this! Hope you're ready!
Rean. Well, it's a valiant effort, but we really have to play this one perfectly.
Now! Here goes!
Listen, chat, that's doable. That is definitely doable. We just need to keep everything timed. Like, there's zero margin for error. I feel confident, like, maybe next time we can do it. Try done.
Alright, let's
We know what we need to do, we just need to... Stop! Okay. So first things first, arms.
Now! Here's
Okay. Body.
Now!
Okay. First Twin Wand. Okay. Alright, we're gonna save the rush for the when we're double charged. Well, we got 3 bravery points. So I think the play is actually going to be the King Wand immediately. And then make use of what we got. Alright. We'll do this, then we'll heal. We'll recharge, and then we'll, yeah. That's the play. Go for it, Raid.
Think you can handle this?
Okay. We need to heal. And we need to get Klingon back up.
That's it! You're finished!
Oh, this fights. Ow. I think we actually be better off here, just charging up because.
Think you can handle this?
Yeah. We gotta reset Twin Lawn. Okay. We should save Morning Moon for, like, when he's defending. Oh, it's different. Hold on. I think this one's the head? Yeah. Let's go.
Here goes. Not bad.
Ow.
You're ready.
Okay, well that one's the body. We don't have enough for... we can't afford to lose our stuff, though, is the issue. So we'll attack, we'll charge up, and then we gotta go for it.
Now! Here goes! Darkness! That's it! You're finished! So, what you gonna do?
Okay. So, we Queen Wand. Oh, we got another move. Oh, right, because he's not attacking. That's actually really good. Time to Morning Moon, chat. This is why we saved it.
Bring it on! That all? Think you can
Come on, Reed.
Eat this!
Reed, come on. Huff, do something, Reed! Well, we survived at least. Rush. Come on, Reed. You can do it. Come on! Come on!
That's it!
He's right there! Are you kidding me, game? Dave! Dave! Oh, the RNG is strong with this one. Come on! Literally, if Rean had gotten in one attack with that Morning Moon, we would have had it. Well, first you don't succeed, try again, right, chat? Such a luck-based fight. Alright. I know, exactly, Squatcap. We know that if we got luckier, that would have been it, and that's what's frustrating about this. Is, you know, this is the optimal strat, chat. I don't think there's any other thing I could do here that would make more sense. And despite being the optimal strat, we still have these issues. Because it's just an RNG-based fight. It's out there, Duckor. Without these extra stats, there's no way we would have been able to do this even with good luck, as we saw last stream. Anyway, time for a solid hit.
Think you can handle this?
Okay, so I know from experience, if he does a significant amount of damage, we'll be in trouble. But I can't Queen Blonde anyway, because I don't have enough, so I have to. Which one is this? Okay, this one is... Yeah, this one has to be the head because the body isn't showing up anymore. Exactly, Spot Tip.
Now! Here's
Not bad.
Alright. We have to Quinglon.
That's it!
Rean, live. Okay, good. Good, Rean, good. Okay. I think it's gonna be, yeah. Go for the body. Then we Quinglon. Yeah, we have to Quinglon.
Think you can handle this?
Yes, but Spot Kid, this is a challenge run. We don't play on that. We have to play on the hardest difficulty. It's part of the fun. Alright. Aim for the head, Rean.
Now! Here goes! Hope you're ready!
No. Okay. We have to heal.
That's it! You're finished! So, what you gonna do?
Well, we have to Quinglon. Okay. Well, he's blocking, so, you know. Morning Moon.
Bring it on! How's this? That all? Think you can
Come on,
handle
Rean.
this? Beat this!
Let's go! We got a counter! Rush it, Reed! Come on, Rean. Okay. This one is the body. We did it! We finally did it! Let's go! Let's go! Sorry, Pro. Luck is no longer on your side.
He did it!
About time.
Thank goodness. That means...
Does that mean we won?
This can't be happening!
It's impossible.
You really don't do anything halfway, do you? I thought I knew what you could do with your 8 leaves training, but you're fighting on a whole nother level today.
It's a thank you never changed. I think you never changed the starring gear. Color me impressed.
Good thing, too. Otherwise, I'd never have stood a chance against you. Time to make good on our wager, Crow. You're coming back with us.
Attack, Reed. Stop him.
What in the...
You've been piloting a Divine Knight for 1 day. I've been using mine for 3 years.
Well, that's a major still, yeah.
Did you think I wouldn't have a trump card to play?
Class 7, help us! Reed!
Damn it! It's like I didn't even phase him.
It's like all that battle we had with RNG didn't matter.
My head!
When a Divine Knight is damaged, the Awakener shares their pain.
Just like an Evangelion.
Just as I feared, it was too early. Or perhaps it may have been too late.
Come on, Class 7 and the teachers, come on. We gotta be able to do something to this thing.
No, you don't!
Thank you, I was about to say.
Guys, what are you doing?
We are going to buy you time to get away from here.
Run, while you still have the chance.
I can't. I won't just leave you all here.
You can, and you must! Heimdall's been occupied, and it's only a matter of time before we've got a full-blown civil war in our hands.
They might have been caught off guard today, but the Imperial Army's full of elite soldiers.
Fair enough, Topper Anderson. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an awesome night.
When the war starts, it'll be long and bloody.
But it doesn't have to be like that. You and the Ashen Knight could change things. You could find a third way, like Prince Oliver was talking about. A way that doesn't bow to either faction.
You can become the wind that changes the course of this conflict.
You guys, No, I can't! You'll never make it against him by yourselves! Just run, please!
Just look at yourself. You're in no position to be worrying about us.
Aww.
Yeah, just leave it to us!
Lammy'll smash him!
Once you've escaped, we'll go join the instructors, so don't worry. Take care of him for us. Okay, Celine? Easier said than done.
Prolonged current battle poses a risk of sustaining irreparable damage. Immediate tactical retreat is advised.
That voice! Are you Valimar?
So you've gathered enough power, have you? Well, we may have lost this battle, but at least we'll live to fight another day. All right, get us out of here.
A cool spot, Jeff.
As far away in Erebonia as you can take us.
In that case, I can't wait to see
Command
the scene then.
Charting course.
Wait! No! That's my call to make!
Rean. Not necessarily Copper Nicholson.
They need me! Let me stay!
Aw, Rean. That's true, they are fighting evil with the power of friendship. How about that? I'll be curious to see how they explain how Class 7 got out of this one. Oh, cool! Alright, so this is like, this was supposed to be the ending credits. Yep, cliffhanger ending. How about that? Well, music's going in. Oh, that's cool. Alright. So I guess since, I see where they're showing us all, like, the poses Class 7 does for their S-Crafts. So now's probably a good time to talk about, I guess, my thoughts on Trails of Cold Steel, and the challenge run as well. So, in terms of my thoughts on Trails of Cold Steel, I loved it. I really, really did love it. Like, this game has such deep lore and rich world building. It's insanely impressive, the world that was crafted here, and just how much thought and care went into writing every location and every character. I mean, I think the characters alone, the character writing this game alone makes it worth playing, in my view. Each member of Class 7, yeah, but anyway, every member of Class 7 really I feel like they got their time to shine. They also got to, we got to learn more about them and where they fit into the world, and not just be, we'll say, one-dimensional anime tropes, as would have been the concern at the very, very start of the game. Yeah, that's like, even character, like, don't get me wrong, you might say, man, Thomas, how can you say the character writing's great? You talked about specific characters in Negative Light all the time. I do that more so as to make fun of certain things, like Sarah's irresponsibility as a teacher, or just how suspicious Sharon always is, or Milliam just being Milliam. But I still think they're well-written characters. I still think they're interesting. They definitely have a lot more going on than some other characters I've seen in other RPGs. And I like, even by the end of the game, I was impressed by the fact that this game had the audacity to expand upon the lore for a lot of the side characters, which I appreciated. Like, remember in Chapter 6, chat, when, I think Angelica almost got an entire arc to herself, and she even got to join the party for a bit, and that was just so cool, because she could have easily just been one of those characters you leave on the side and never get to see except randomly. But no, they actually had her have a character arc and some depth, and that was cool, because prior to that, you might have thought she was just one-dimensional. Same goes for George. George had his own character arc, where he went from just the guy always hanging out in the engineering hall to being this this sort of tactical support buddy that's always got your back. We also had Toa, of course. Still my favorite character. Toa, of course, developing more and more and more as a leader and learning to rely on others and to make them all be the best they can be. There's Toa! We had the stuff with Eustace and Machias early on. Rean's whole, development and back and forth with trying to set things right with his family and his sister. There's a lot to talk about. Oh, let's not forget Laura and Fee. That was not just one of my favorite moments in this game, but that sequence with Laura and Fee where they talked about like unconscious bias and prejudice, like deep topics like that. That might be one of my favorite, we'll say, sequences in all of gaming. And it's just because it made you experience the struggle and the hardships that are surrounding that difficult topic through gameplay. By literally showing you Laura and Fee having trouble being in the same party together and having trouble with their attacks. It's really cool and fascinating. Yeah. Also, you don't see them whenever you see it unfold. Yeah, for sure. Like, not even just the supporting test. Yeah, just random talent. Yeah, exactly, Spot. I noticed that too. It speaks volumes to the quality of this game's world building and lore writing. That's all of like the background characters. Like, if you talk to them in the first game, like in the first chapter, and see what they're doing a couple chapters later, their lives will have gone on and they'll have done stuff. That's really cool. They don't just say the same generic stuff as you'd see in other RPGs. So that was cool. Yeah, I mean, Alphen exists, okay? Alphen exists. Misty had, she had her own development. And yeah, so just all in all, this game's strong suit is definitely its writing and lore building. As for the combat, I did enjoy the combat system. It definitely grew on me over time. I appreciate it. I liked how, especially later on, positioning actually played a major factor in determining the outcome of battles. And I also liked how it gave you a lot of options with what to do with its system. It seems overly complex at first, but when you really whittle it down to its mechanics, you have melee attacks, you have attacks that are unique to the character, so special attacks, and you have magic attacks, and then you have a super attack, and that's it. That's all there is to really understand about the fundamentals of the combat system. Now, they do a lot of stuff with that. There's a lot of different items, and spells, and skills to equip, so it has a lot of depth, but fundamentally, it's still, I think, something that one can get into. The story is still continuing. Okay. Aww, that's cute. I approve. We see all Class 7's weapons there and a flower blossoming in the sword graveyard. Cool. I mean, it's very ominous, but also suggests that there's hope despite the dark horizon. I like that. And now save clear data. Let's go! We got the Crown of Nightmares and Crown of Fortitude. Let's go. Alright. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that was Trails of Cold Steel. So, oh, even got a little ending thing. That's cool. Yeah, all in all, really love this game. Loved its characters, loved the story arcs they went through. Will I do a challenge run of Trails of Cold Steel 2? Absolutely, 1000%. As long as there's still a Twitch channel, as long as I'm still doing challenge runs, at some point, you better believe we're going to continue this series. However, I don't want to play it all in one go, because as much as I love this series, it's also been... This challenge series has been the longest one we've had so far. Like, I think this is like episode 57. Of Trails of Cold Steel 1, which even beats out Crosscode if we include the DLC, which is saying something, because Crosscode was a long challenge run series. So, as much as I love and adore this game, I do feel like I want to play some other games and challenge run some other games before I come back to Class 7, see all these lovable characters again, and see their story continue, because I'm definitely interested to see where it goes. But in terms of what's the future looks like for the channel, I would say, well, obviously, tonight we'll play Dark Souls a little bit. We'll probably set up a character for that challenge run. And then we'll, of course, do the Dark Souls challenge run until either we beat it or, I'd say, Elden Ring comes out. Then once Elden Ring comes out, I'm hoping to challenge run that. And then after that, who knows? I'll probably put out a poll to see if there's an interest in going to Trails of Cold Steel 2 after that immediately, or perhaps doing something else if a new game comes on the horizon that piques our interest. But anyway, hey chat, we will, if you're staying here in chat, feel free to stick around because we will be continuing in switching over to Dark Souls, but I do have to switch some of the UI elements really quickly for that to work. But if you're watching this on YouTube and you like what you saw, please consider subscribing on YouTube. Please consider joining our Discord server. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. You can always change your mind later. It's a great way to show support. And our Discord server is full of a very lovely and vibrant community that's super supportive of people with all their creative endeavors. So again, if you stuck it through to this to the end, then thank you so much for your support. We all appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed the series, and I hope you all on YouTube had an awesome night. Good night, YouTube.